course, I'm unaware that, I'm doing dimensional work, because the way that most people talk about dimensions, it's in such a convoluted, diluted, just too much jargon kind of way. I know about dimensions because I went and learned about dimensions and it made sense, but I can't make sense of it. Do you understand? There's a difference when things make sense. Like, okay, I get what you're saying, but to actually internalize it, and that's why I like understanding, because you are internalizing it. Now you're making sense of it. Two different things. And so I spent all that time watching all those videos. Since 2012, I've been exposing myself to this metaphysical world, or whatever it's called. It's allowed to be called spirituality now. Back then, it had to be metaphysical. You don't put spirit in the stuff that we doing right now. I've always done it, but the stuff that y'all out here doing right now, who's of the devil? Oh yes, people have been ostracized from their family simply because they don't follow whatever their family's religion is. Isn't that crazy? Like, you're not talking to your child, or you're not talking to your cousin or your sister or your family member, insert here, because they chose another religion. That's deep. Oh yeah, spirituality's not a religion. Stop trying to make it one, y'all. Y'all really out here. I have had to shake religious stinking thinking, i.e., I call y'all the woo-woo people. Y'all some woo-woos. The woo-woos out here talking about there's no rules, just feel it, do what you feel.
He does try to make it to unknot it, and he just broke it on purpose.
Who broke it?
A rhino.
The rhino?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know we were still talking about rhinos.
But the rhino got no shoe and tried his best to dump tie his shoe, so he did it and then broke it.
Oh, because you didn't know how strong he was, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta know your strength. You gotta know how much energy to put into any given situation. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So anything that you're trying to do, Michael, you have to know how much pressure to apply. You just can't apply the same pressure to every single situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, if you're trying to do a backflip, the amount of pressure or momentum that you need to do the backflip is going to be different than the amount of pressure or momentum you would need to punch the thingy out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, Andre did a front flip and landed, and did backflip and landed.
Oh man, that's epic, right?
Yeah, he tried his best to land.
Yeah, he did. All he had to do was tell himself he was going to do it, and he did it.
But
see, I'm teaching him how to manifest.
But first time when he did front flip, he landed.
Yeah. He did it the first try.
Yeah.
Because he knew. He didn't have no doubt.
One time, but this time is going to be a funny one.
Let me hear about it. But even though he failed, did he quit?
No. He did another one, and
he kept going, huh?
Yeah.
So one failure didn't cause him to stop. He just kept going and kept trying.
Yeah, he does. He did a ninja flip. He did slide flip and just landed one time.
Whoa.
Easy peasy, lemon squeeze.
Did you try after him?
Yeah, I did land it.
You landed it too?
No.
Oh, you didn't land it.
I tried to land in my side flips, but one time I landed a front flip.
Whoa.
I imagine myself, I can do it.
Yeah, and then how did it feel after you landed it?
It feels great. I bent so low. I was so great.
Where's the keys?
On the dresser right by you. Oh, I don't know where the keys to your dad's truck are, though, but you should be able to get to their car seats without keys, I think.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, dear.
Bye.
Bye, Kaden.
Bye.
Bye. Love you. Y'all see how my 6-year-old already knows how to manifest, and he's 6, so y'all gotta pay attention. Nah, that ain't realistic. Or telling your kids things are unrealistic, telling your kids things aren't possible. Who are you to determine the possibilities? Every single backstory of almost every single person, especially black person that we know, whether true or not, it has been they brought themselves up from the mud. And with them stories of them bringing themselves up through the mud, they literally took themselves from nothing to something. So who are you ever to tell your child what they're thinking about is unrealistic? Last night I had to sweep the vent, so I got lint everywhere. Forgive me, judge me. Do you. I do me. And it's so fucking beautiful, and I'm trying to teach you how to do you. Pick up your merch at LonnieTaylorArt.com and pick up your book, What's the Best That Can Happen? It is literally my ascension guidebook that I wrote when I actually figured out, bitch, you're ascending right now. But I didn't know what it was at the time. But I knew enough. You know, but you don't know. I knew enough to document it, but I didn't know what I was documenting. But thank God I did. Pick up your copy. And just like that, I figured out what Donda West was doing with Kanye West. My God. Since I watched that documentary, y'all sleeping on Kanye West. Kanye is not from this dimension at all, because I figured out what Donda West was doing with Kanye West. She was activating his higher consciousness. He was never fed the typical BS that our black community and society as a whole, but I'm familiar with who I am and as I identify. So he was never fed the limitations. He was never fed the you just like your daddy limitations. He was never fed any of those things. Donda West, whether known or unknown, raised Kanye to be a super manifester. That's why this man, like, look at what Kanye, watch the documentary. He is riding around in an old whatever it is, and in his own donuts. Like, this dude came from that to owning half of Calabasas. I don't know what the hell this man owns, to being so rich that people welcome him. Stadiums welcome him to come sleep. And he can be homeless. Like, homelessness is a problem unless you're Kanye West. This man has figured out how to successfully be. He didn't figure it out. He ascended to the Kanye West that can be homeless and be welcomed. He has ascended to the Kanye West where he can just create whatever the hell he wants to. Like, he is in his creative dream. He is literally creating trash, and y'all are buying it. And he is just loving it. His higher self is just loving it. He was just like, man, what else can I create? And I bet you I could get him to buy it. Oh, Kanye West, you are a brilliant, brilliant man. Being. But, ooh, what the hell is going on in that Kardashian camp where you... I get it. I'll just say I get it. Watch that documentary. Watch how Donda West spoke to Kanye West. Every time I watch that documentary, every time you watch that documentary, I bet you we both saw something different. I honed in. I saw his vision, and I saw, how he knew something inside of him knew, and that's what called to me, was something inside of him knew. And I was like, I need to see how this goes out, because yes, this is Kanye's story, but Kanye's story is my story if I believe it. And so I'm watching it from that perspective. But when Donda hit that screen and she said, what do you think about that, Kanye? Yeah, I think so too, Kanye. Oh, what are you gonna do about that, Kanye? Yeah, Kanye. I was like, why the heck does she keep saying this boy's name, this man's name, this being's name? Why does she keep saying his name? She's doing something.